And it's time for another Shadow Era stream. Today is going to be another Hero Spotlight day. I just wanted to start up this to show what we did yesterday on the Dev Day. We changed to this nice seasonal wintry scene. Of course, this is version 4.11, not out yet, but will be any day now. Last time we were playing Boris. Had a rough time. Multiplayer was just basically a starter deck with some extra allies. But let's see if we can improve on that. This stream is going to be about net decking and scouting. So what is net decking? Of course, just like it sounds, net decking is when you go to the internet and you copy a deck that someone else has made. You go to shadowera.com forums. It's a great source of different decks. Go down to the strategy section. In here, for every class, there are some nice sections. Let's go for Warrior. Logan, Talab. So we're looking for Boris, Javelin Boris. So it gives a sample deck, a little bit about how to use it, and the deck code. The deck code is what you want to do to import. I'll take all this and import it. Let's just see what kind of a Boris deck this is. Aryan Knight. So for cost 2, damage with Sword or Claw is reduced by 1, but ability damage is increased by 1, so it's kind of a double-edged thing. Alden, I don't love Alden, but you can only play 1 at a time. That's why there's only 3. Fleet-footed Messenger with haste. I've seen a lot of people play that. Probably because it has haste, easy 1 damage, plus for 1 resource you can get rid of a card and draw another one. So if you're worried about what to sacrifice, maybe you got a 5 cost too soon, you could shuffle it back into your deck and draw a different one. It's pretty useful. Bayarian Seductress. Disabled someone when it's summoned. That's useful as well. And then Yari. I see a lot of people use this. It always gets me because it's on summon damage. Cost 4. So depending on how many allies you have, that's how much damage. So you're able to come from behind pretty quickly if you have Yari Marksman. Plunderer. Brings back weapons. It buffs them. That's also good. Another haste. So there's a bunch of stuff with haste so that you're attacking really soon, and then stuff about returning a weapon and damage. Abilities are pretty standard for warriors. Bad Santa in there for a little bit of draw. Items, got the Javelin, Dragon's Tooth, so 2 weapons. Javelin can do some damage and then it's destroyed, and then potentially you bring it back with Plunderer. Dragon's Tooth looks like it's really good against high cost allies, just kills them outright. But its attack can't be increased, so when you bring it back, it's not going to be increased, but it's really good against high cost allies. Not sure if I like that deck. See if there's anything else. Boris Mourning the Twilight. This was about a year ago, but it's probably still relevant. Lots of Twilight. So this is what I saw before when I checked out the Merchant. And I was drawn to the Twilights because they have a lot of simple buffs with each other. The Twilight is what's known as a tribe in Shadow Era. So you'll see it says human ally - Twilight. For example, this ability, if you control another Twilight ally, Target opposing ally costs 4 unless it's exiled. So for cost 2, you can exile something with cost 4 or less. All other friendly Twilight allies gain +1 health. And it reduces, so that's another buff for Twilight. Ooh. So this gets buffed when other Twilight allies are killed. That seems really good. Pretty good for cost 4. Luminary. Ooh, so all allies without Twilight have meek, which means they can't attack the hero. Friendly allies with cost 2 or less have haste. Do we have any cost 2 or less? So this would have haste if we cast it, but it has 0 attack. Doesn't really do anything. Oh, but potentially we use the ability for 0. It'll gain 3 attack. So that's huge. That's a huge combo right there. Manage to do Twilight Luminary. It's on the board. You could play Opportunist. Buff it for +3 and then attack on the same turn that it's summoned. That is going to be pretty huge. And then for 2 Shadow Energy, you could seek a Twilight ally. So seek obviously means you check your deck and could summon or put it into your hand and then shuffle the deck. It doesn't go into play. Base seek, it just goes into your hand. And then the standard fare for warriors. Here's other departed. Ooh, another Twilight synergy here. Gains durability, and then you pay 2 to draw a card. So that's kind of a mini draw engine. So for every 2 that die, you get to draw a card. Third weapon will bring back Warnblade. This is huge. I've seen people use this. If an ally on any side is killed, then it'll buff. So that's pretty big. I love that. It seems like the deck for me. Just copy the deck code. We will go back to the game. And if we go to the deck builder, you'll see this magic import button. You can paste the text there, import, and it'll say whatever cards you're missing. Obviously, we're missing a lot of cards because this is a pretty new account. So it says the total cost to buy all these cards is 8,000 gold. I don't have enough gold. So this readout is also coming in the next release. It was tweaked so that you can click a button and it'll buy all the cards if you have gold. In the old versions, it would just say like a really short, you're missing Twilight Opportunist, Twilight Opportunist, Twilight Opportunist, ... So it wasn't helpful at all. But this time you know exactly what you're missing, how much gold they cost. Gold. So we can do one of 2 things. We can make more gold, like 7,000 more gold. Not as hard as it sounds. Or we can sell off our junk that we don't need. We've been playing a while. Look at this. We have 7 Jasmines, 9 Pewins, 8 Christopher Wilds. That's because we bought the starter decks of many human heroes. So we have tons of extras. What you do is go to the merchant. There's buy, sell cards. There's a handy button, sell extra. So with 1 click, we would sell 33 cards and get 2,800 gold. Let's definitely do that. Boom. Thank you. So now we have 4,000. We are halfway there to buying that deck. But halfway is a long way. What we should do is sell some of the cards that we're not going to need. So far we only opened all the crystals packs, I believe. So things that we can't use, for example, this, we could sell it for 100. Let's just sell things that we can't use right now. And this will slowly but surely give you more gold so that you can buy the deck that you want. I'm not going to go through all of that. Maybe that'll take too long. want to keep all my human class cards because I have all the heroes that might go back and play. And I should also note that you can't sell cards that are in your current deck. My current Boris deck has 3 of these in the deck, so you can see you can sell one. So I can only sell one of them. You can't sell cards that are in my current deck. I'm not using this. Look at that. It's an epic card, so it's pretty expensive. If I think I won't use this expensive card, I might as well sell it right now. Same with the rare. I'm not gonna use it. Let's sell it. This might come in handy. I see a lot of people play that. It's uncommon. It doesn't cost a lot, but probably won't use it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sell my Shadow Allies because I won't use them yet. So you can see I'm almost there. 6,000, right? That was pretty easy. Just by selling the extra stuff that we're not going to use. Virtually there. There's the open stuff. This is sort of called maintaining your collection, just making sure. Ooh, I have a foil. You sell foils, it goes as double. I don't want to sell my foil because if I ever want a deck, I want to use the foil version if I want to use this in a deck. So I'm not going to sell foils right now. So epic. 300, it's tempting. Bought 4 of these. I'm using it in my deck, so I can't sell it right now. This one I got in the daily chest, but I mean, keep it. So I think that's about it that I have. 6,500. That is almost there. I could probably make the deck minus like a few allies. So let's go back to the deck. You can see the price of each thing. So if I have 6,500, I need 8,200. That's only 2,000. Maybe if I had like one less worn blade and one less something else, you know, or maybe cut out one of them like Demetrio, then I could make this sort of Twilight deck. Worn blade is actually key. 2 more crippling blows. And some Twilight. So I think I'm gonna make a partial deck right now. What I'm gonna do is just gonna double screen. You can't see it, but I'm looking at the card list off screen. So I'm going to the merchant. I'm gonna buy some of these things that I don't have. Oh, as well, filter, ally, subtype, Twilight. These are going to be all the possible Twilight allies. This is a Twilight deck that make use of Opportunist was one of the key ones. It's a common, so really cheap. The deck wanted 4 of them because it only costs 2. Let's do it. Demetrio, Pace and Ambush, +2 attack. Nobody gets killed. This is like a good surprise attack. A little bit pricier. I wanted 3. Maybe I'll buy 3, yeah. Ritualist. They wanted 3 ritualists. So, oh, ally item or ability. It's very, very useful. The gold's going down. What else do they have? Or what's it? 1 luminary. This is good. Luminary. 1 of 3 luminaries. Champion. This is huge. We don't have 3 of them. So I'm running out of gold, and I want to save a bit for the other stuff I needed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that. We wanted more blade. Just the weapon of choice. It's a rare, so it costs a lot. I wanted 4 more blades. I can buy 3. I can't buy 4. Costs too much. Let's buy 3. Wait, what would happen if I try to buy 4? Oh. Probably should change the UI just to like stop at 3. Make a note of that. So let's buy 3. There we go. And I pretty much run on the gold. The other thing was Scriptures of the Departed. It's a common. I can buy 1 of them. Oh, this is just a cheap draw engine, but you guys have to die. I don't think I'm actually going to use that. Let me check what I have. So I do have reserve weapon. I need 2 in my deck. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty close. Make sure I got some other stuff. Crippling blow. Normally want 4 crippling blows. Cheap. Go up to 4. So let's see what deck I can make. I can almost make that deck. First of all, last time I did buy the alt Boris, so I'm just gonna change it up. Make it the alt art. And if I do the deck code, it's not missing some cards, but the cards that I do have, it'll set it there. This is what I was missing. 1 Warm Blade, 2 Twilight Orphics, 3 Scriptures. Okay, that's fine. 34 cards, so I do need to add some more to get up to 40. But it is almost the deck that I want. Only 1 in range. So I wonder if I should put my favorite allies like Dirk. I can't live without Dirk. It's a very Twilight heavy deck, but I love Dirk. But that also means that if I get Dirk, I'm not getting a Twilight. That's what I have to consider. There's a reason why they are all Twilight. Kurt, he just gets buffs when there's a lot. I'm gonna try this. 40 cards, lean and mean. Save it. I want to save it as something else. 25 crystals. No, I'm cheap. Didn't reset my hero. Let me go back to my alt hero. There we go. Save on. Thank you. There. the mean version of Boris. Alright, so that's the basics of net decking. You find a deck that you want. If it's too expensive, you take out the expensive cards, or you only put 3 instead of 4, for example, in this case, and you tweak it a little bit to suit your playing style. I'm not sure if this Dirk is going to hurt me in the long run because it's not a Twilight. So the stuff that buffs Twilight actually hurt me. Where did I go for the deck list? ShadowEra.com. I'll just go over that again. When you go to ShadowEra.com, you can go to forums. You go to forums here. The best decks are in the strategy section. And then at the top it has each class. I went to Warrior. I was looking for Boris. There's a few Borises here. There was a Javelin Boris. And I went to Boris Morning to Twilight. You can copy the deck code and then import it in the deck builder. So in order to play multiplayer, I'm actually going to have to use the live version of Shadowera, because the one that I was using is a pre-released version 4.11, so I can't play with any other people that are not on 4.11, and obviously no one has that version yet. So let me run the current 4.1. There we go. This is the current 4.10. And there's a new deck is all set. So one thing I should mention is that the rating matchups has been recently improved. Now you'll see that they're much more closer together. Before, when I was low rating, I was like rating 1 and I got matched up with people like in the 230s and stuff. And now you'll see much closer ratings, especially for new players. So hopefully that's a much more forgiving experience. So that's net decking. We can also talk about scouting. Scouting means you look for someone else playing your hero. The thing about Shadowera is that you can see any live matches currently happening. So we're gonna look for a Boris. There's a Boris, but he's only rating 61, so you probably don't want that. Unless you want to see what he's doing wrong. Boris doesn't seem to be too popular. The other thing you could do is go up here to the rankings. So best score or by rating, you'll see the highest rated players. So there's actually a wide variety of different heroes that players are using. Boris isn't too bad. I mean, come on. He used to be really good, but maybe not in the top tier right now. Yeah, good luck finding Boris. Nobody likes Boris since the update. Is there going to be 100 decks and no Boris? Nobody likes Boris. Poor Boris. So each week we do get detailed stats about hero win rates. So we keep a careful eye on how much a hero is being played, what their win-loss ratio is for every other hero. So for example, if we see that Boris only has like 40% win ratio, for example, then we might say maybe he was nerfed too much. Maybe we could do something about that. Always keep a very close eye. Balance. I can't find any Boris, but if you were playing a different hero besides Boris, it would be in here for sure. That's how you do scouting. Either look in what games people are currently playing, or you go to the top deck. This guy's 61. Yeah, nobody's playing Boris. Let's play Boris. Let's just try the new deck and go battle. I think I was rated, what, 28 or something I saw? That's another good advice. Is for deck advice. You can join us on Telegram. Make Boris great again. And we've got a player 173. 173 is like a little bit above beginner. You win a few, you should shoot up to 200. And I think even like the tweaked starter decks, so the ones in the merchant at the end, called like tweaked starter deck. There's one for Boris. It costs a little bit more than their normal starter deck, but those are tuned for the hero, and they could probably get you to 200 just by using that deck. So I've heard. Maybe not with every hero, but in general. So I don't know this deck now. I'm wondering what am I gonna do. It'll take a few playthroughs before I get the feel for this deck. Playing against the poison guy. He loves poison. Hates ambush. Yeah, but he gets killed right away. So we do 2 damage, but he's gonna get killed right away. I need my draw. Maybe I don't need this yet. Let's just kill it. The game length really depends on what hero it is. Some games, like in tournaments and stuff, some games are over pretty quick while others drag on. In general, we like to tone down the stall because it isn't like a really good experience for players playing against it. I like that weapon early on. Spending too much time reading because it'll die in the turn summoned. +4 less is killed. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I should have waited until he got a buff or something. That's he likes these little weenie cards, doesn't he? Okay, getting into the cost cards. Yeah, priests with heal are pretty bad. Whoa. Okay, I need to get my weapon out. That's just annoying. Keeps disabling me. Poison and disable, that's not really fair. Ah, I'm gonna save it. Oh, I didn't notice how big that deck was. I think he didn't get the memo that you should try to keep it around 40. Okay, so people are getting killed and it's starting to get buffed. I can quickly blow him because I can't use my ability. It's cost 5. He's gonna poison me soon. Seems expensive for a draw. Move a resource? You need to really want to draw to remove a resource. This is what I need. I can kill this outright with ability and get the buff. I want to save this to be buffed in case I need it later. Here's the poison. All hope is lost. List is exiled. I don't really want to exile that. It's not. Okay, getting a lot of allies on board here. But he can keep poisoning and disabling them. What? Okay. That's what we both, right? Cost 5. I cannot use this, and everyone is disabled, so I have to attack it directly. At least it gets buffed. Yeah, it's getting annoying, right? Just keep using that ability, keeps gaining more shadow energy, just being totally defensive. Some cards are getting buffed though while he does that. I have a rage. Can't use the ability when they're disabled. Draw engine is Blood Frenzy, so I draw another card each turn, and I take 1 damage. Most warriors use that. So every turn I'm drawing 2 cards, which seems to be good for me, except now I'm at 9. Can't use any abilities. Well, I have tons of health, like I'm at 30 health, even though I'm taking 1 damage a turn. If I can't kill this guy with my ability, that's the only problem. This guy has haste and ambush, which is great, but it gets killed on the turn he's summoned. which might have attacked him, but I mean, I'm already at 5. And I have a reserve weapon, so I can get it back, so I might as well start using it. He just keeps doing that, yeah. This is annoying. It's certainly getting annoying. His weapon, at least he's trying to get rid of some high hitters there. Because when I do damage, stuff is getting buffed. Well, the buffed one got killed. One turn remaining. I got another one in hand too. I could use this. I'll probably use this to get it back. I'm gonna keep that just in case. So luminary. Do 5. Gonna bring it right back. And waste all those resources. He only has 5. He has to start killing me. Or else it's game over. Just looking for that shadow font. I don't know if we used 4 already. Yep. Looks like GG. There we go. One ally died. It's okay. Get another ally out. And we managed to win. Reached level 5. Got huge amount of experience. New rating 108. Some gold as well. So when you play multiplayer matches, you might notice that you get a lot better rewards, especially in experience, which is good for leveling up and getting shadow crystals. I think it's about 100 experience in the campaign, I believe, so you get a lot more. I have a nice rating now, 108, which is good. You can see a lot of new players are in like the 130s, 180s. These are probably like newer players. Once you win a few games, you'll go up like 150, working your way to 200. So it's me, Shadow Era, is the name of my player. So that went pretty good. I feel confident in that deck. Maybe seem to get Dirk and Kurt more often than I expected, or maybe I just am used to them. That's why I noticed them, but they didn't get all those Twilight buffs. I'm wondering if that was actually hurting me a bit because they didn't get the buffs. That was definitely against more of a stall type deck. He was just disabling me every turn that he could. One of the things that I did mention was pre-constructed decks. At the back you have something like this, which is tuned pre-constructed decks. $275 the cost, so that's pretty good. Most people say that if you play these decks, they're like really good. Like they should be able to get you to the 200s, even if they just use that base deck. So that might have been something I could have done if I didn't buy all the starter decks for humans. I really wanted to play through and find out which hero sort of matched my playing style. I do like warriors because of the draw. No brain draw. Just cast an attachment and draw every turn. I'm only at 40 cards. Dirk was okay. Yeah. Yeah, she didn't stick around much. It's funny that she didn't stick around because she was gaining this other Twilights got killed. Maybe because I had too many Dirks, so she wasn't getting Twilight buff that she could have. That's why. So when I have more gold, I'm gonna definitely swap out normal human allies to get more Twilights in there. That multiplayer game was good. Let's see if we can find another match with another new player. Oregon did 111, so this is a pretty even matchup. Against Saladar, a hero I know well, probably my favorite hero. Just doing some direct damage. Mind Control is their kind of power card. I get that Twilight buffed up too much, he's just gonna Mind Control, attack me, and then the ally gets killed as well. That's huge. One blade early. I hope I get another reserve weapon. One blades early is good because it gets buffed every time any ally is killed on both sides. There's my Jaw Engine, Blood Frenzy. I got an Opportunist. Okay. Yeah. 3 cost. I don't want to play. Well, I don't know what I want to play. She will survive and then get 3 attack. I kill him. Maybe I should try to play Twilight Allies whenever I can. So early draw or some combo. So I could buff this and kill this. And then what else do I want? Try to only play Twilights. Target opposing ally item or ability to cost 4 less, but then it gets killed. Deal. I'm gonna try to only play Twilights so that they get buffed. If this Twilight interaction or this Twilight synergy works. This is what I really need. Start playing these, it's gonna be good. So 2-3. So it can kill because oh no, this isn't the one. I thought this was the one with the +1. It's Opportunist that has a +1 attack. Don't want to waste that. Trying to play. Oh, I can use this. Use my ability. And start getting buffs. I'm on this attack. Alright, let's see if this Twilight stuff works. Here's the direct damage. Gets buffed. Might play my weapon now, so my weapon can start getting buffed. Let me check what this is. Discard. Okay. My weapon, so it starts getting buffed. Oh. Why did this one die? Not sure why that died. Wasn't this? Oh yeah. So this got discarded, which gave it 3 fire damage. That's why my ally died. Now I have a hard choice to make. Need some draw. Let's go ahead and kill this. Oh boy. Kill something, I can cripple something. Might save that though. What do I want? 3-5 or 2-6, 3-5. Oh, there's the mind control. Well, he has, you can do that 3 damage to everybody to kill it. So this guy can do. I need another Twilight to play though. 4, 5, 6, 7. Do a surprise 4 damage. I could kill this at least. Surprise. And then he's gonna zap him anyway, so I might as well attack him while I have ambush, so I can't defend. But he can kill. Well, this guy's gonna die. He can zap this guy. Maybe this guy. I can seek if I want to, but I'm gonna save up my energy. There's the zap. Goes for the hero. I'm down to 10. 9. Now I have smashing blow. Three, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rid of it. Let's start doing damage, right? Good game already. 4, 5, 6, 7. Sneaky, sneaky. And that is GG just by a sneaky trick. My rating is now 105. Getting the feel of that deck a little bit. Number 0. Let's try another one. Elmus Prime. Let's try to get some more combos. I feel like I had Twilights, but I didn't play them at the right time. I didn't really get any combos. Hurts that I don't need right now. Ooh, a trap for cost 2. A net trap. I can do 3 attack, but it will die. If I save it, I'm gonna do 4 attack because it has +1 with allies, so I'm gonna save it. That helps me a lot. Smashing blow, I really need to keep that. Cost 3, it'll get rid of the weapon that's probably coming soon. Demetriel, kamikaze guy. Can do 4. This one will buff, I might as well play that. And get rid of this. It's disabled like I thought, but it's gonna get buffed if anyone else dies. Okay, so that's the combo. You use this kamikaze guy that gets killed, and then we'll in turn buff that. I don't have enough. Location, yeah, I haven't used any location on this. I might just keep the, well, I'm gonna die anyway, so let's do it. Gets buff, dies at the end of the turn. Oh, ambush too. Wow, that was sweet. I could also do this to get killed, and this will be buffed, but I'm gonna save it. Locations are much better in the update. A lot of people don't like locations. I think it's a love-hate kind of thing. A lot of people are complaining about locations because it's always like something that helps you, but then losing player can also use something. Now is a good time to destroy that weapon now that they wasted shadow energy to buff it. I would like to destroy it, please. So, we destroy it. Let's go kamikaze again. This will get buffed. Still 2 turns, but that's okay. It's getting buffed. That's the combo that I was missing last time. Now I got a 5-7 on the board. Ouch, that weapon. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I have no way to get rid of that weapon. I can... 4, 5, 6. So this will mean if I play this, then this could go right away. This is kind of the other combo. Look at that. 7-9. 7-9, baby. But this is gonna kill me. Unfortunately. But I am figuring out the Twilight combos at least. If only I get that card that gives me 10 health. Rainbow. Okay, okay. Come on. Oh man. I'm gonna end up dying. So close, and yet so far. Do I even want to do this? So allies can attack, heroes can attack. Hmm. Why can't I use the ability to... Not playing any allies, is he? There's like no allies. Maybe I should seek something. What would I seek though? I would seek kamikaze. I need to do that eventually. I'm feeling I'm just gonna die though. So close, I did get a nice buffed ally, but I have no chance here. That 2 attack This killed me, but I felt like I'm learning the deck. Not a total loss now that I got that key concept how to buff something. I just needed to keep that item destruction. Let's getting some gold though. Even if you lose, I think I'm getting gold. Definitely worth it to play multiplayer, even if you lose. It does help. You read the cards. I tried it. It does help. Very funny, troll. Just waiting for another new player to join me. There we go, Brandon Stark. No relation to Tony. Okay, Hunter. This time I'm gonna keep this smashing blow. It's critical. Maybe I don't need reserve weapon right away. Yeah. So I'm gonna save Demetrio until I get that one that can be buffed. Opportunist is good. And low cost. Never actually used this ability, but it seems really good too. Or less. So I don't like the weapons normally are cost 5 or 6, so it wouldn't have helped me last time. But I'm gonna go all out for Twilight combos. So for 3, I want this. I guess I'll have to get rid of this that I never end up using. I don't want to kill her yet. I need that one card that gets buffed when she'll die. Weapon. I want this early as well because it gets buffed. But if I do that, if I get rid of this, I'll have nothing to play. Can't play this early, it's a waste. Have to play something. Gonna play this for 2. Waste. That's a good way to kill him next turn. Barn blade for 15. Reduced to 1 health and returns the hunter card. This is always good. I might as well play it now. Actually, I could have played my weapon. Whatever. I'm winning, 38 to 28. Oh, remember that gets draw. What is the cost? Cost of 4. Oh, this works on any cost. 3. I'm still waiting. I want to destroy this. I don't want him to draw, but then nothing's getting buffed by this. Except this will get one attack if this dies. Gotta wait. We're in like a Cold War right now, just building up each side. That's what I want to destroy, that darn Soul Seeker. At least it buffs my weapon. Okay, still don't get the card I want. He's not playing allies, eh? Problem is he returns the top hunter card, so he can get it back pretty soon. I can play her, might as well. I'm on fire, that's no good. So I'm not seeing any allies. I think he's just going for like direct damage and stuff. So maybe I don't need too many of those. Ability, of course, is just going to waste. I need to use up this. I don't have the card I want. I could seek, right? That's a good use of my shadow energy. This is what I wanted all along. Now I can cast it. And now I can do some fun stuff. This is gonna die pretty soon, that's okay. That. This. Namikaze. I want to get rid of this. Ugh. I don't want him to draw a card. So this is getting buffed nicely. Reduced to 1, but I can still get buffed if we can't hit it. Oh, there it goes. He just has all direct damage stuff. I don't think I've seen much allies in there. Well, there's one. So I'll do this. My ability, I think. Yep. One plus 4. Let's use my ability so I get some buffs. You do 5 damage. Let's do it, right? Why not? Can get it back later if I have reserve weapon in there. Ooh, turning a weapon in Soul Seeker. Game reviews, tips, game like reviews of other people's matches. I created the game, but honestly, I don't know how to play it as well as most other people. My focus is more on looking at the pretty art and collecting. It's how I started playing Magic. I was just a collector, not much of a player. So luckily, there are other people who do the card designs, game design, stuff like that, and balance. I just code it. I'll keep this kind of resources. Might be good to have like a guest on here that could knows the game better than me and could offer some tips. We do have the World Championships coming up, so we'll definitely have some different commentators on that. In about a month's time is the regionals. Is it direct damage? Oh, there's a location. See, I got 9 resources, he just has 4. Start to do more stuff. What is this? When you end your turn while you control no allies, your hero takes 2 poison. So I don't have to worry about that. Until the end of the turn, wild allies cost you 1 less resource. Does he have wild allies? Probably should have done that because I had 10. Oh well, I'm starting to build up my forces. This will save my butt probably next turn. Ooh, Untitled Chapter. You better seek a card. If you don't seek a card, there's a bug. I'm gonna sink your Untitled Chapter. So I can play this and get my weapon back. And get my weapon back first, then kill him. To do things in the right order. Because this will get buffed when he is killed by ability. Gets the buff. And look at all that damage we can do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, it's a trap. I didn't realize that was a thing. Haha, I might have did a better attack there. Attacked with a lower one, but that's okay. For durability, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. In case I need it later. Still have these to save me. Little advertisement for SET Guild there. We do that in our guild. Yeah, we've always had a design team. I think it's always been like at least 5 people, even from the very beginning. Takes the village to create a game like this. And then we had a players focus group usually, which tests the cards before they go live. See if there's any problems, anything that's not balanced. And then we normally have a public test so people can play on the test server. And then it finally goes live. Oh man, the man, the man. So close. Oh, why did I do this so far? Oh well. Look at that. That's a nice buff. I didn't know my hero could read this thing. New projects work to expand the IP. Yes, it's definitely something to think about for the future. We have about maybe 3 more months before Shadow Era like starts to take off. We're redoing the game background, make it like a 3D style background so it's not just floating. We have a lot of new features coming out, like integrated guilds. A lot of stuff coming out in the next 3 months, and then probably after that, we could think about expanding the IP to different projects. How did he back up to 4? Healing damage. So I could use this. Way too many. No, thank you very much. This opportunist. Whew. I actually won another game. Got a lot of experience in gold. The 19 rating. So it took me a few games. I think I'm learning how to play those Twilights. The order that you do stuff is definitely important. And I'm actually not liking the non-Twilights. I have to kind of get in the way of my strategy now. What were the ones that I needed to buy? Wait. Twilight Herald. Simple buff. It only costs 1. And when it dies, like that's another thing that can die and buff this. Right? And this is huge too for cost 2. Might get this. Might get this. That's gonna be huge. +2 health, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be big. Let me add 4 of those for 480. I can do it. Let's make that change. Let's add this 4. Should I take out the other 2? So Kurt. There's other options for 4 cost. Like I'd rather play these. Maybe get rid of Kurt. Get rid of 40 cards. Perfectly lean deck. This, I'm gonna like this. That's gonna buff all my Twilights. Let's go back to multiplayer. Want some, get some. Okay. Nice playmat and card sleeves, big deck, so it's probably gonna have no consistency in there. Okay, save this guy. This is who I want. There's actually a lot of restrictions on NFTs and crypto right now. Like, for example, Steam just sort of said that they're clamping down and not accepting any crypto-based games. So when Shadowware launches on Steam, we're actually gonna have to remove. Oh, is this gonna? We're actually gonna have to remove all the crypto functions from the game if it goes on Steam. This for the Steam version anyway. Normal version would still have. Of course, you could still play with the blockchain cards that's in there now, but you just can't. We'll just hide sort of the blockchain features for the Steam version only. But in terms of crypto and NFT, definitely with like a new IP is where we would go. So like maybe a new game set in the Shadow Era universe, maybe a different type of game, not a card game, of course. A different type of game that would be more crypto based and use shadow tokens to drive it. I don't know who actually is buying NFTs, like art NFTs, like who actually pays a lot of money for digital art. I don't know. But if it was something unique, like uh, in the game, maybe there's like one unique alt art of Boris, and only one person can buy that and own it. Might be pretty good. Like you'd play with your own version of Boris art. I could see that happening. But so far, it just sounds like a money grab. Oh, I need everything. Whoa, look at that. That's early to have a 6-7. Jeez. Holy. This guy knows what they're doing. How can I possibly counter that next turn, I guess? But that's gonna hurt. Kamikaze can only do 4. That's gonna hurt. No, no, no. I've never seen that before. Like, crazy buff. I'm gonna save this. Now would be time to get somebody to buff. Or 2 that would buff. I want to kill this one. No. I want to kill it. Giving them +2 health, right? Okay, I won't kill it. This. I am getting low on health. Oh, come on. Tidal Wave, the worst priest card. and removes my blood frenzy. Holy cow, this is what I could have used before, so I'm gonna definitely save that. Get my weapon out. Oh, priests. That's fast. Cost of 6. So, can't retreat him, but I don't have retreat. Can't kill me. Yeah, I might as well do this. But he could still use his ability. Dead flash means I can't use this to exile. Thanks. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna waste this on a 2 guy. Because I'm gonna kill him. Oh, more or less, I can't kill him with the ability. 2-9. I have to deal with them somehow. Yeah, it doesn't have any other allies. I probably should have did that earlier. Now I got another one. Down to 8. See, this is terrible. I need the one that can buff itself. Why are you laughing? Because you can remove it, that's why. That's why he's laughing. Well, I got nothing else to do. What do you want? I don't like I have any shortage of these. Come on, play a weapon that I can destroy. That'll do. Oh man, 8 health. I have to do it though. No choice. He can remove it if he wants to, but you're gonna take 1 damage. He's gonna remove it. Nope, he's gonna get that. So he can get me for 3. Alright. This is hard. My ability can kill this guy. I need to use this. So let's do this. Play this, kill this. Maybe I should be attacking this guy, right? I only have 4 health. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. That crazy combo at the start that killed me. Ooh, it's a blockchain. This is an example of the blockchain card. So you can buy and sell these cards on the blockchain. They're not any more powerful, but they do look better. So I can kill him. Oh my god, I got 3 health. I don't know if I can do it. So if he damages me at all, then I've lost. Oh, I needed. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I only have 1. I wanted to seek that kamikaze guy, but I can't. Could have won if I did that. That is so painful. I could have won. Maybe next turn. Don't need that much health. Can he do any damage to me at all with 1 card in his hand? Comes down to the 1 card draw. What's it gonna be? No, he's got nothing. That was a good just-in-time victory. He completed 400 XP. That's huge. My rating is now 130. So that's like a new player, won a few games. Should be playing 1 more. Don't have enough gold to buy some more cards, but I kind of like the changes so far. Zubo Zubo. So a lot of new players here. Oh, this guy has another huge deck. Even guy does poison and disable. So this is gonna be a stall type of thing. It's gonna hurt me because I like to play a lot of allies. Maybe I should keep the seek because then I could seek what I want, which is this. This is kind of the expendable. Seen this a lot in the last few decks. I guess once you get late in the game, it's important to draw at the expense of resources. I guess. Okay, 2 costs. Want to save all these. Let's play this for 2 costs so I can get rid of 4 costs. Okay, this is the opportunist. Kill that guy. I think sacrifices are like the hardest decision to make. I really want this to start buffing. Play this turn. I probably don't need this yet. Gonna take a gamble. Need better draw. Next turn I can play that. Oh, bizarre, thank you. Need all the draw they can get. Okay. I already have this, so it's an easy sacrifice decision. Now I want to start getting buff. But he can use his ability to disable me and poison me. He didn't. This is huge. I only need one, but hang on to it. This is the guy I want. Kamikaze to buff myself, so Dirk is good too because of ambush. Opportunist is good because +3 and then it dies. Everything is good. Let's get rid of this. 5, I think I'm gonna do more health because I know he's gonna start poisoning people. This is like super anti-poison. Kamikaze. Attack while I can. Not too bad, right? And I'm getting the buff. That's pretty good. So for shadow balance, so if you bought Easy Buy, it's sort of held for you so that you'll get all the rewards. But you can't currently buy blockchain packs if it's held in Easy Buy. You'd have to request for your shadow tokens to be sent to your actual wallet, and then you can buy blockchain packs and blockchain cards. So if you wanted to do that, you just email support@shadowware.com and we'll send it to your own wallet. But that means that you are in charge of your own tokens, so you have to make sure that you don't lose your wallet info, or else the tokens will be gone forever. More health would be better anti-poison. That's gonna be a big thing. Maybe I don't need certain weapon yet. I don't want more allies. That's just so crazy because they're all getting buffed. Look at that, like crazy. I think he's getting worried playing with Santa. Yeah, the only downside is that it's up to you to take control. So you have to save your backup seed. Right in the game, if you go, there's a icon for shadow tokens in the main menu up in the corner. There would be a button to back up your seed somewhere. You'll have to write that down. That just means that it's your own Waves wallet. You can use it on the Waves website or any other application. Waves Exchange. Just remember to back it up and then you're in control. Ooh, 5. I want to get a weapon that'll... Can't do anything right now, it's okay. I'm just buffing myself more. He's just gonna keep on doing it. I have one crippling blow I can use on him. Okay, have to be a little bit careful. Cost 5, I can't use my ability, but I can cripple him. I can do kamikaze attack. Haste, that would be very useful. Do I not have her? So haste to be useful. Actually, all useful. I have to do this, no choice. One. Ah, we got 5. What to do for 5? One that can be buffed. Of course, they got 3/9. These die, this will just get stronger. Can't use my ability. Don't want to attack, so that's it. I think this is going pretty well. Yeah, seed phrase has to be crazy because it's a unique identifier. There's like billions of possibilities, combinations, so that you can't like randomly guess the seed phrase of another account and steal their money. So it has to be a little bit complicated. Can't attack. But anything else I can do? No. Base attack. Base equal? No. I needed this for Seek. I have the one that gives me haste. I don't want that because I can't attack. I don't need this. Damage is reduced to 1. Might as well use my ability, right? I might as well do something. That's looking crazy there. Oh man, it's dull. This is some crazy stall. Okay, now this is where this comes into play. Do I have the thing that gives me haste? Yes. This is the combo. This card will give these haste. I do want to destroy. Let's see what happens. Wow, 5/4. Yeah, I think I'll attack. Thank you very much. Thank you for killing my allies. I feel like this is how the Twilight deck is supposed to go. They buff each other so well. There's such good synergy that these get buffed that they're just like ignoring the poison. It's like a good game or a rain delay. Yeah. Hang on, okay. Crypto has been pretty huge in the past year. Like, just looking back at Bitcoin, it has some ups and downs, but it's like up 3 times from what it was at its low at the beginning of the year, or a year ago. It's been pretty crazy. I've been actually mining Ethereum for like 3 years, and it's just like constantly getting a little bit of F. And when the price just went way up, it's just all that money, all that F that I've been collecting all along has just been worth so much more. Crazy. Allies can't attack, but I can still attack. I'm gonna use my ability to kill something here. Oh, we have a heal on him. I have enough kamikaze damage. Okay. He's trying. Trying to hang on. Oh man, gets the shadow energy, but I have kamikazes in hand. And gets a taste. Oh my god, he's just going crazy. I only can do one at a time, but one is enough. GG. He was hanging on, and I managed to reach level 6. I think that was a good example of how the Twilight deck is supposed to work. When it does work, the interactions are amazing, and I think I'm starting to figure them out. And actually have a good time trying to play that, at least against the low-rated people. 80 gold. 142 rating. Doing better. Getting better. You can play me now. You don't have to be the exact same rating. I think anything below 150 can match up to 199. Is the range. There we go, 191. Reloy. Mage. Freezing. 4 ice damage. A bit too early for reserve weapon. Always need Blood Frenzy. For 2, I don't know, maybe this is huge for 2. Let's kind of wager on this and this. Maybe I'll go. I want some attack early on, so maybe I'll sacrifice that. Get some decent attack. Retreat. That's kind of a waste. 2 for 2. Another opportunist, or maybe I should start with the Twilight. Let's get these Twilight buffs going. Well, card draw. Right. Oh, she's playing very controlled defensive so far. 4, I can start with this. Set. Oh, subdue. Adjacent. Ah. But it will still get buffed. What? This has sustain as well? And it retreats. Okay, that's a better retreat. Super defensive, it seems. The ally has sustain 1 HP. Since losing 1 health each turn, the end of each turn. Ah, so many of these. It's a waste. We gotta kind of still want to do this. Yeah, I need some draw now though, especially if they play a weapon. Oh, they're digging for a card. Ooh, this is like an attachment mage here. Yeah. When that ally attacks or activates an ability, it loses 2 base attack and is reduced by 2 health. Well, that's not good. What? It loses 2 base attack. That's like permanent. So I can't even attack, or else it'll be 0. I have no attachment removal. Seems to be like super control attachment mage. You have direct damage. Use her ability too. I have these up my sleeve. Get this to seek something. I want to play this early. Needs allies to actually die. This. Well, if it is, yeah. Maybe I play this and then play these. Play this. Q attack. Voice of winter. People are gonna get frozen. Need 6. That's a perfect 6. Oh, I already had Blood Frenzy. I didn't know that. Sacrificed it. I'm gonna do 1 sneak attack. Still gonna lose 2 if I attack. Ooh, the fireball is going right for it. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 7. Still don't want to do that yet, but things are off a bit. They're getting pretty strong there. Let's look at more health, just in case. Out of the fireball range at least. Woo! That's interesting. Uh-oh. No, not another consuming fear on this guy. Oh, we chose that guy, okay. And I froze that guy. That pretty much is controlling me pretty good. I don't have a weapon. Don't even have a weapon to bring back. I can beat somebody. This attack, I'll lose 2 permanently if I do 4. Worth it yet? No, yes, no, 4, yes. Okay, 1 extra damage. I'm taking 2 damage a turn now. Still controlling me pretty well. Forever. How many turns is that? Frozen. 1 turn remaining. So this is giving me haste. Cannot use the ability though, but it's giving my guys haste, which is nice. Ooh, I can cast this, but I don't need it. Do I want to cast it now, just in case? Yes. I can do 4 damage, but then there'll be... I guess it doesn't matter, right? Might as well do it. It's not like I have a chance of getting rid of that attachment. Gotta do something. Moving out of turns here. 7. And poison gas. Taking 3 each turn. You have like a fireball. There we go. I knew it. Oh, so close, so close. Ah, 10 more health. Take that. Thank you very much. That might save my butt. Does he have like lightning strike? Another fireball or 2? Diamond of Conjuring. Now, if you kill my guys, these are gonna get buffed. Do that. Very good. Get to 4 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me I have 5 on the board. Okay. Doesn't matter, it's like now or never. What am I gonna get? It's gonna get haste. Ah! Do I need something to die? Well, I'm gonna get +1. Is that gonna win me the game? Did I do the math correctly? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not. How did that not happen? Oh, because it gets. I did not calculate something. Does it lose attack before? No, it lost the attack before. Before it did the damage or something? I guess. Ain't that wrong? All these allies are no one's dying, come on. I'm dead. I did not know it would lose attack before. That was so close. That was really close. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. That was the basics of Netdecking, which is go on the internet, steal somebody's deck, try it out, and make it your own. That Boris deck is not too bad. Got me up to rating 137. Most importantly, I had fun. Learned some new strategies, enjoyed synergies of some of the cards. That's about it for today. Tomorrow is going to be a dev day. We have a lot of work to do tomorrow. Didn't notice that many outstanding bugs, but there are some improvements that I want to make. We will continue on that tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone, and thanks for watching. Bye.